All right, today we're going to do something with photos. Now, what we're going to do is I have gone ahead and brought in a graveyard photo. It's very nice, high resolution, so we can get in there and really see our detail. And we're going to be using our selection tools, which are these right here, these four, to create a selection of our image. We're going to start with the sky, and I'm going to grab the free flow or free select tool, which is right here. And I'm just going to draw around my sky. I am using a Wacom tablet to make it a little bit easier. And what I'm doing is just drawing around the trees. I'm kind of selecting, doing a rough select around my trees. I mainly just want the sky for this case. And I'm going to go around my little gravestone here. There we go. And then around these little trees. I'm just kind of doing it fast so that we can kind of give you a example. All right, back to the beginning. And now I have this whole area selected. Now what I want to do, I always want to work in layers. So I'm going to go up to my layer menu, which is right up here. I'm going to do new layer with selection. And I'm going to name this sky. Now you'll see if I turn off the bottom layer that we have a new layer with strictly the sky on that layer. While this is already selected, I have my background layer off and I'm on my sky layer. I want to go ahead and add some color to it. So I'm going to go up here to my filters. I'm going to go down to, there's all kinds of filters you can mess with, but I'm going to go to color adjustment. Color effect, and we're going to go to the monochrome. Now what this does is it gives you the option of intense or not intense, which will darken the contrast, and you can also change the color. I want to go with like a purple color, like a dark purple, and I want it to be very intense. I'm going to raise that up. And if I like what I have here, I'm going to click flatten, and it has now changed my image to purple. To get rid of these little lines around there, you're just going to hit Command D as in dog to deselect. And you'll see if I turn on my bottom layer that I have changed the actual sky color now. And it's on its own separate layer in case I don't like it later on. Let's do one more. We're going to go to one of the gravestones. Let's say I want to go ahead and change the color of this ribbon right here. I'm going to make sure I'm on my graveyard layer. I'm going to go to my polygonal select, which is a little bit more of a straight select, so it gives you a straight line, and I'm just going to pop some anchor points around my ribbon. So what we're doing is we're technically selecting pixels on your picture, and then those pixels are changing as you add color to them or any kind of filter. So I'm just going around. Every time I want to change direction, I'm just clicking and adding what they call an anchor point so that I can change directions. And I got to come all the way back to the beginning. You'll see that little dot. Just click it. And again, I want to make a new layer. So layer, new layer with selection. And I'm going to name this ribbon. I'm going to turn off everything except that layer, and there we go. You can see I have it on my own individual layer now. I want to go ahead and make this ribbon, let's say it's like a blood red. I'm going to go up to my menu, filter, color effect, monochrome, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to kind of a dark red. That looks pretty good. I'm going to lower the intensity just a little bit, and I'm going to flatten because I like what I have. And I'm going to Command D to deselect. And now if I turn on my gravestone, you'll see that I have actually changed part of that image. This is a great way to manipulate photos without having to draw over them. And you can see it's pretty contrasting. It looks pretty good with that. And if I turn on the sky, all right, so just using a few little techniques, we've changed this ribbon and the sky. And we could go crazy in here and change trees, and we can add little pictures and stuff like that. But for today's purpose, I want you to just get used to using these control tools here, these select tools, and adding filters to them. Making sure that everything is on its own individual layer is very important. All right.